When I tell people you need to build for your future, when you need to build something that's going to outlast you, it tends to overwhelm people. So I'm going to break this down as easy as possible. You and I are going to sit down together and we are going to begin, as Brandon Scribner likes to say, begin to build your 401k, your retirement plan. I like to say we're going to build your asset for the future. Either one works. Either one's right. Both of them are correct. But this is a process that you and I are going to sit down one-on-one and talk about who you are. I want to get to know you. I can't do this with great success if I don't know who you are. Once I know who you are, it's very easy to build this thing. But what I want you to do is focus on the things that make you money today. Cash flow is king. I'm not telling you to stop doing transactions. What I want you to do is become the best at your craft. Be great at it. Continue to succeed in abundance on a daily basis to understand the best way you can be the best real estate agent out there. But in the meantime, you and I are going to sit down. I'm going to get to know who you are. We're going to help understand what makes you go. I'm going to get to understand what makes you go. That way I can talk about you. Because this is how simple this process is. All I'm asking you to do is write down 10 people that you know, preferably with a real estate license. But if you're brand new to real estate, don't worry about it. But these 10 people know who you are. Now, stop. I'm not asking you to call these people, and I'm not calling to recruit them. So if you stop listening right there, that's your challenge, not mine. But if you're still hanging on, here's what I'm doing. I'm calling to talk great about you. I'm talking to edify you. Recruiting is dead. A lot of people call it agent attraction. It's dead too. It's completely dead. Trying to sell a brokerage is dead. Trying to talk about what your brokerage does is dead. What I do is abundance. What I do is life. What I do is I give people a purpose to want to join something bigger than they are. Now, I tend to believe that we are part of the best brokerage out there, but I'm not there to sell the brokerage. I'm there to talk about you. So when you give me a list of people, I simply call them up, and I can use Brandon as an example because I got to sit down with Brandon and know who he is. This last Thursday, I got to sit down with Denise and learn who she is. Once I learn who you are, it becomes very simple for me to call people that you know, and I can do things that you can't do. I can do several things that you can't do. Not because I'm greater than you, I'm not you. And it's easier. It's so much, you can't do what I do, mainly because I'm not you. Let me explain. See, when I sat down with Denise and I learned the things she has overcome, the challenges that she has faced head on, the smoke of battle that is on her, the warrior that she is, I immediately can call anybody she knows and say this: hey, this is Paul Roberts. Denise gave me your number. Do you have 2 minutes to talk about business? Almost everybody says yes. Great. I'm glad you said yes. I'm excited to be in business with Denise. Denise is probably one of the strongest overcomers I've ever met. That woman carries the weight of the world on her shoulders. She does it with a smile. Such a blessing. Now, I can say that about Denise. Denise cannot call her friends and say that. Denise cannot call her friends and say, hey, it's Denise. How are you? Did you know I'm an overcomer? And I'm like amazing. Like the things that I handle and take care of on a daily basis, like I'm really, really good. She can't say that, but I can. I can talk about who she is and slow life down just a little bit and remind them of who she is. Now, why is this important? It's important for many reasons. Number one reason is I'm getting closer to Denise. I believe everybody has a story. I build my businesses on everybody has a story. So if everybody has a story, the people that are close to me, I have to know who they are on a personal level. Not, oh, she does great transactions. She's amazing at real estate. Barf. Make me throw up. Listen to me. I'm great at sales. I can turn anybody into a great real estate agent. Anybody into a great real estate agent. That's not the key. The key is who she is. So one is I'm getting closer to Denise and I'm truly building the foundation of what I've built for years. And that is everyone has a story and I get to know her story. Learning about someone else's story is one of the greatest gifts you'll ever give yourself. To seriously just take a breath and listen to what someone else has been through. Because we tend to think, oh, they're this, or oh, they're that. Daniel Ing's an incredible, powerful man in my life. And we all know him to be this hard worker and he works hard, he charges hard. And I can't believe all the energy he has. And everyone says the same boring, shallow bullcrap about him. But I got to spend 5 hours on an airplane with him and ask him about his father. And one of the greatest gifts I gave myself because I got to hear what makes this man go. He loves his father. His father's a hero to him. And just like his father likes to throw the party, likes to cook, loves to serve. There's Daniel. So number one is I get to know who you are on a personal level. That's important to you. That's important to your success. Everybody needs to belong. And once you feel like you belong, part of our team, you will perform at a higher level, a level you never thought possible. So that's number one, is I get to know you. Number two is people love people that love people. People like people that like people. People follow people that follow people. I don't have time to explain all that right now, but if you want to, give me a call and I'll tell you the psychology behind it. But when I'm talking very highly of Denise, the person that's listening to me is listening, actually listening. Like some of y'all aren't listening to me right now. So I'm not talking about you. I'm not talking about something that's very close and near and dear to you. So you tune out, and that's okay. You're a human being. But when I'm talking to someone that knows Denise on a personal level, and I'm saying things about her, that other person's heart opens up and allows me to talk to them and get to know who they are. That's vital to the success. I need to know who they are. Not in anybody I've ever interviewed. I've never asked, how many transactions do you do in a year? Make me throw up. How long you been doing real estate? I mean, I might ask that after I've gotten to know them for a little bit, but those things are not important. Those are not vital to the success of what we're doing. You can give me 0 years of experience and an incredible story, and we will destroy anybody that's got 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 years of experience. Experience doesn't matter. What matters is who are you? And can we together share that story with other people? Your customers, and your retirement program that we're going to talk about. So that's the second reason is you. Or the second reason is the person listens to me. They open their heart. The third reason is this. You can't brag about yourself. The fourth reason is this. You ready? They open their heart. I don't have to sell eXp. I don't have to talk about splits. I don't have to talk about CRMs. I don't have to talk about all the stupid, dead stuff that the rest of the world's talking about. Just scroll through social media. We got the best CRM. We got the best splits. We got the best training. Now, I believe at eXp, we have the greatest of the greatest. And I know this to be true because I've built an organization in a very similar platform and has sold it for 8 figures. I looked at other platforms out there. There's nothing like this. Absolutely 100% nothing like this. With our organization, you can become an agent owner, not a broker owner, an agent owner day one. You are given the same status as a broker day one, and you can start building your retirement program as opposed to waiting for 4 years to get a license that's absolutely worthless today, unless you're a broker helping us and you're working for us, but useless in terms of building a business. You don't need that anymore. You're an agent owner as of day one. So I don't have to sell eXp. I don't want to sell eXp. It is the greatest, no doubt. I want to sell you. I want to talk about who you are. You need to hear who you are. So those are the main reasons. And the last reason I'll leave you with this. You need to hear many times how great you are. See, when I sat across the table from Brandon Scribner, and that young man, got to hear me talk about the great characteristics of Brandon Scribner, each time those words left my mouth, it did something to him in a great way. I know this to be true. We're inundated with negativity. We're inundated with horrible thoughts. But here he has this person talking great about him and what he can achieve in this life. Over time, that does something great for him. We all need to hear it. I don't care if you're broken. I don't care if you're at the bottom of the barrel. Are you ready for this? Or if you're at the top, achieving on all cylinders, you still need to hear the great accolades about yourself, the great things that build your character. You need to hear that. And that's what I love about this program that I built 15 years ago of Everyone Has a Story. And you need to hear the highlights of your great story. Right now, you're spending too much time watching the highlights of other people's stories on Instagram that for the majority are fake because they're saying it about themselves. They're doing exactly what I told you can't do. You can't call your friends and tell them how great you are. But yet we're trying over and over and over on social media to do just that. And it doesn't work. It doesn't hit home. I have a program where I can sit and talk great about you. And there's plenty to talk great about. Well, my life is this, or I've sat with a young woman and she goes, Paul, I just don't have the story. And as I talked to her for a little while, I had realized she had overcome breast cancer twice. And you don't have a story. She was in tears by the time we got done talking. I guarantee you that conversation elevated her life, not because I'm great, but because I know she needs to hear what she has overcome and what a warrior she is. I talked to this other young lady and she kind of said the same thing. As we kept talking, I learned that she fought in Desert Storm. She's a war hero. Why doesn't she tell me this? Because she's beaten down. She's not thinking of all the great accomplishments she's had. Now, some of you are thinking, how is this going to get me to build a retirement program? How's this going to get me to build an asset? It's everything. Everything else I mentioned is dead. Talking about CRM's dead. Recruiting dead. Splits dead. Doesn't exist anymore. What does exist is the greatness that you have overcome. The things, the hurdles that you have. And listen, and once we start talking those and labeling those and talking about how great you are, oh, the battles you're going to win, the things you're going to achieve, what you're going to accomplish is massive. See, calling your people and other people calling and saying, give me your list of names. I try not to say that. This is your life. But calling other people and talking about who you are, that's what we're doing. And at the same time, we're building your asset, because many of these people are going to join. Many of these people are going to say, I want to be a part of that. I did not know that about Brandon. And there's many people that don't know. I didn't know that about so-and-so. I didn't know that. Man, I liked Brandon before, but now, wow, that dude's amazing. So they want to be part of this. And guess what? I said it in the beginning, people love people that love people. Here's why. Because as I'm talking great about Brandon, as I'm talking to y'all right now about Anna and Denise and Brandon and Jen and so many people, you're saying to yourself right at this moment, this man's going to talk the same about me. Yes. And it's not just me. We are going to build a culture where we lift each other up, where we build each other up, where we don't go to a social event and say, oh, Brandon's an icon producer. He's the biggest, baddest in the world. We're going to say that, but we're not leading with that. We're leading with the type of father he is, the type of husband he is, the type of father he thrives to be every day, the type of leader of people that man desires. See, that's what we're going to talk about. And oh yeah, by the way, he is the baddest. He's an icon producer. He rolls out of bed and production happens. That's how great he is at production. But let me tell you how great he is as a person. That's way more valuable. Now, why is that more valuable? Because that's what moves people. Words are important. I'm going to end you with this, okay? Words are so important. Martin Luther King said, white man at the table of brotherhood. And it changed generations. Now, when I say that, even if you weren't born when this speech happened, or you didn't hear the speech, which is me, if I say that quote to you, you probably know who said it. Now, what if he would have just ranted and raved and argued, if white people would just sit down with black people, we could figure this crap out? Would that have gone anywhere? Or he could have given facts, tons of facts. Would that have gone anywhere? See, the words that you say are so powerful. They're either going to last or not last. What's going to last? Let me tell you about Denise. She's a widow of 3 years. She has the ability to get up in the morning and be grateful that God has given her what he's given her. She has the ability to walk around on a daily basis and smile. You don't even know how bad she's hurting on that day, because she wants to add value to people's lives. She wants to build them up. Or, yeah, she's a widow. She lost her husband. Or, and she's really good at commercial real estate. She's good at commercial. She's good at real estate. She really is. She knows what she's doing. She's a builder. She's been building for the last 20 years. Been a builder for 20 years. It's amazing. What are you going to remember? Who she is? That's what's important. That's how you and I are going to build you the strongest, most incredible asset you could ever think possible, by just talking to people about who you are, letting them know what you've accomplished. You can't do that. I can do it for you. It's all about building each other up. It works. I turned someone that sold sushi into a team of 500. I helped a young lady, and I shouldn't say I turned, it was his story. He's got the greatest story, not mine. I just carried on his story. That's it. I helped a young lady that worked at a Chevrolet dealership at one of the highest levels possible, traveled the world with us. Now she owns one of the most successful pool companies in San Antonio. Literally because I just talked about what she had been through, who she is deep down inside, and what makes her tick. That's simple. It's not that difficult. Don't overthink this. So all I'm asking you, give me 10 people you know. I don't care if they have a license. I'd rather them be in real estate. But if they don't, because you don't know 10 people, who cares? I will take 10 non-licensed people and share your story on a level that no one else can, into where they will come in and realize they belong. And then I get to share their story. And then at some point, you join me just like Brandon, and you help sharing people's stories, and you help other people build their asset for their future. I hope this makes sense. I didn't break down the numbers. I'm not going to. If you got more questions, reach out to me. I would love to chat with you. All my information will be below when this is on recording. If you're on right now, you can simply just send me a chat. I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to share more of how all this works. But this is where it begins. Everyone has a story, and I'm tired of you thinking your story doesn't matter. Your story's powerful, I can promise you. How do I know that? You're breathing. You're on here right now. You're wanting something better in your life. Everyone has a story, and your story matters. I love you. Go get yours. I'm definitely getting mine. Adios.